everybody, my name's Michelle and this is my channel Sewing Bunny. Thank you so much for joining me in my video today, which is everything that I made in May. I'm very aware it is the end of June and I haven't shared my May makes yet. I actually remembered earlier today and I thought, oh, I must record a vlog sharing my makes with you. In case you're wondering what I'm wearing it's a simple sew pattern that I think I got free in a sewing magazine, and it's the Juliet tie back blouse. I'll insert a picture of the pattern cover. I'm sure I got it free in a magazine, and it's a very simple top. It's like a front piece and a back piece, which is basically the same. It's got a little facing, which is quite nice because it's quite a long sort of facing, so it doesn't really poke out or anything too much. And the reason why it's called the tie back blouse is because it's got ties on the side which you wrap around the back. And what I've done is, if I stand up and turn around, I've done it with a bright pink ribbon at the back because I just thought it would look really nice with this fabric. I must wear this more often. This is one that I made very early on when I was starting to sew, and it's really, really nice. I mean, it is quite a thick sort of polyester fabric, so I don't want to wear it when it's too hot because it can get a little bit hot and sweaty, but it's a lovely little blouse and I really should wear it more often. But yes, anyway, what did I make in May? I'm going to start off with something that I don't actually have with me. It was actually a gift because it was my mother-in-law's birthday in May. And I wanted to make her something because whenever I see her or we go out for a meal or something like that, if I'm ever wearing something that I've made myself, she's very complimentary on my handmade clothes. And I just thought it would be really nice to make her something. So I decided to make her a couple of molly tops, which is from the Sew Over It ebook. I think it's the City Break ebook. I love that t-shirt. I love making it for myself. I make it for my mum. It's her favourite t-shirt. And so I thought that Stuart's mum would love that as well. I really like that pattern because I think it's one of those things of if you're making something as a gift for somebody, I like the sort of element of surprise, but of course when you're making handmade, garments for people, you really do need their measurements. However, I find with the molly top that as long as I kind of know their ready to wear size, that pattern will usually suit them really well. Because it is a slightly oversized t-shirt, you can't really go too wrong with it, just for me personally, because if it's maybe a little bit too small because it's got that oversized look, then it still fits them. Or if it's a little bit too big, then that's okay because it's meant to be sort of an oversized t-shirt. But I love that pattern. So I actually made her, yes, 2 t-shirts. So I'll share with you a picture of the first one. So yes, this one is from a fabric from Lamazi Fabrics. It's a beautifully soft modal jersey. So a little bit like viscose jersey, but I would just say that little bit sort of softer. It's, I would say, maybe slightly heavier weight than viscose jersey, but not by much. But it's really nice and soft, lovely amount of drape. And I thought these colours were just lovely for Stuart's mum. So it's a lovely dark teal sort of petrol colour background, and then some nice bright flowers in there with like the oranges. And I really, really like that fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then the second one that I made her, her favourite animal is giraffes. And I saw this fabric from Gecko Fabrics, and because I was searching for giraffe fabric, because I just kind of thought maybe it'd be nice to have something a little bit fun. She does like to wear sort of, I wouldn't say novelty, that's probably the wrong word, but she likes wearing fun sort of like tops and things, she loves like a good Christmas jumper or something like that, and so I knew that she would quite like a sort of giraffe fabric. And I showed this fabric to Stuart, and he was like, oh yeah, she'll really like that. So yeah, I made that for her. She really liked that one as well. But that one is a cotton spandex jersey, so a little bit thicker, because I find the Molly top works really well in, you know, soft kind of viscose can't say that now, model jersey, like tencel jersey, those sort of things, as well as cotton jersey, cotton spandex jersey. You just get a slightly different look. So the model one was very like sort of flowy and loose, and then the cotton jersey, cotton spandex jersey, was a little bit I'm not stiff, that's the kind of the wrong word, but more maybe slightly structured as a t-shirt. And yeah, I really was so happy with how those turned out as well. And I did put some little labels in as well. Can't remember quite which ones I think I put in. I think I put in one, the little rosy cheeks, like life is colourful, I think, or something like that. And then I think the other one I put in powered by tea, which was a label that I got a while back actually from Joy Pink Coat Club, but her shop's closed down now. But I thought those would be a nice little addition to the t-shirts. Okay, and then stuff that I made for myself. So you may have seen my sew along, which was for the Persephone shorts, which are these. So yeah, I did a sew along for these. This is probably, I would say, probably my most involved sew along that I've done. I must admit I didn't, so I'm just picking off bits of Bentley fluff. Bentley's my cat. Yeah, I must admit I didn't realise how involved the pattern was. I mean, I'm really happy that I made them, but yeah, it did take me 3 sort of days to finish the sew along. So yeah, it did take up quite a lot of time, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. I've realised I've got so many like loose threads in these that I haven't cut off yet, and I have actually worn these out a few times. So, but yes, these are the Persephone shorts. Really, really nice pattern. It's by Anna Allen as well. Anything I talk about pattern wise or from fabric shops and things, I will link in the description box down below. But yeah, this was the shorts, and this is in a lovely red cotton like drill, but it's like a stretch, so it does actually have stretch in it, which you might just be able to see a little bit there. So this fabric came from Like So Amazing, and yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. I think I only had a metre of this fabric and it made the shorts, and I am, as I say, really, really happy with how they turned out. They have some lovely details on them. So I've got the button fly here, which I've got these bright red buttons on there. You can see there is the fly. I did try and do a button on the top, but unfortunately I really struggled creating a buttonhole if you'd seen the sew along. So instead I've got a snap, which actually holds out really, really well. Really nice. It's got the belt loops on there. It's got these gorgeous pockets, which when you first look at it, you wouldn't know that it's got pockets, but it does have pockets just here. And can you see there? And I've used a So Hayley Jane fat quarter for the lining, which is so pretty. I thought it went really, really nicely with the fabric, like the red. And it's got darts as well at the back, which you do actually stitch down. So it just has a lovely finish on it. And one thing about this pattern is it doesn't have side seams. So if I show you the side of the leg, there is no side seam. It is one pattern piece for each leg, which I found really interesting. As just, you know, when I was constructing the whole thing, I found it really, really interesting. I think it's a lovely, lovely pattern. I think, you know, it does fit me like quite well. I was a little bit worried it might be a little bit tight, but actually it is okay. I do find when I wear it, the buttons kind of do just slightly show. I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. And also I do kind of get some like sort of wrinkling sort of around the crotch a little bit. But I think when I said that on my sew along video, loads of people were just kind of like, Michelle, you're overthinking that. It, you know, it looks fine, it looks normal. I just think when it comes to trousers or shorts, I think we're so almost kind of like overthink the fit, like it must be perfect, you know, it must be completely flat, no wrinkles or anything. But actually, you know, after I made these, it's going to sound very, very strange, but I was looking around at other people's shorts when they were wearing them. So thankfully nobody noticed that I was paying attention too much to the crotch area of people's shorts. I mean, I know it's really silly, but it is. And I was looking at people's shorts, and everyone has that sort of either those crease lines or slightly baggy or something like that. And actually these shorts fit me a lot better than I actually think a lot of other people's shorts, like ready to wear shorts, fit them. So yeah, totally overthinking it. But yes, I really did enjoy making these. I also did add in a little label, which is, this took ages. Mainly because it did take ages. And so I thought that was a very appropriate label for them. So yeah, I'm really proud of these shorts because there was a lot of top stitching in it. I'm really happy with all the finishes, like on the inside, you know, like with the waistband sort of attaching, like all the pockets and everything. Really happy with how they turned out. And I say I'm very happy with like the fly and everything, all those sort of finishes and everything. Really happy with it. And yeah, I mean, I did take my time with it. I didn't want to rush it, but of course at the same time I was filming a sew along, so yeah, it did take me quite a long time. But yes, I'm very happy with how they turned out. So yes, I understand like why the pattern is so popular, because it is a really interesting and I would say very fun pattern to make. Whether I'd make another pair, I'm not 100% sure, just because, as I say, I know in my head I'm probably overthinking the fit a little bit of them. But I think they do fit really nicely around the waist and everything. But yes, really enjoyable make that. And then what should I share with you next? Let me share with you the Simplicity 9125, which is this jumpsuit here. You can see how much this was quite a big pattern, so I've had to shove it all back in, so it's just like really bulked out the pattern envelope. But yes, it is this jumpsuit that I made because I don't have hardly any jumpsuits in my me made wardrobe, and I really feel like I'm missing out from the jumpsuits. I really do want to try and make more jumpsuits and play suits. And so yes, I decided on this one. Now the pattern number, as I say, is S9125, but I do believe this is kind of like the updated sort of version. I'm pretty sure there was another older version, which is more or less exactly the same, but I don't know what that pattern number is. If I find out what it is, I will put it down in the description box, because loads of people said that they had the older version of this pattern and it was a different code. Just thought I'd mention that. So this one I made a size, what size did I make? I think I made a medium, I think, in this one. And I used some fabric from one of my So Hayley Jane boxes, which was this, a linen viscose, in this lovely sort of blue, sort of like minty blue colour. It's really pretty. And it was lovely fabric to work with. It's really nice and soft, but then you've got that like sort of ease of sewing, like, you know, if you were sewing something like linen or cotton. So I really love this fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this one, I on the pattern envelope there are a few different variations. You've got like that sort of tie front version, and then you've got like this one, which is kind of like the V-neck. So that's the one that I made. It's got like these little tucks in, sort of going up to the straps, which is really nice. And then at the back, it's actually kind of like a low V, almost like a little wrap. So I thought that was a lovely, lovely detail. It's got an elasticated, oh, fallen off the hanger. It's got an elasticated waist, so it cinches it all in there. And it does have pockets as well, nice sized pockets. And yet the legs are full length. You could see there. So yeah, I did make this, as I say, in a size medium. I think I do like it. I really do like it. But I do find that in the body, it's a little bit short, just a tad. So it does kind of give me a slight hungry bum. But I think because of all the gathers in the back, you would just never know. So I feel comfortable enough wearing it. It doesn't feel like it's uncomfortable. I'm just very aware that it's probably not quite as loose as it should be. So I keep forgetting that I've actually got quite a long torso, and I do quite often forget that I might need to lengthen sort of, you know, my torso area, because I find when I make tops or trousers, you know, it's absolutely fine. I've made like, you know, like the shorts, I've made other trousers, and I never feel like the crotch rise is, you know, too high. But when I make a jumpsuit, then yes, it does. So I just need to probably be a little bit mindful for that if I make them again in the future. I do find that it is maybe a tiny bit big just at the back, because this wrap does gape a little bit. So I do have to wear a little cami top underneath. Because you would just kind of, well, you just see bra strap. It doesn't wrap over enough. It does kind of open out a little bit. So I do have to wear a cami top. I also didn't make the waist tie, because for me, I don't know why, but when you've got an elasticated waist on like a skirt or a jumpsuit or something, I just find if you use a tie, it just kind of, it doesn't quite cover the elastic, and it kind of moves about a bit, and then you just kind of see the elasticated waist, and then the tie will either sit slightly high or slightly low. So for me, instead, with the elasticated waist, I just use an elasticated belt round it as well. And then I find with the elasticated belt, it doesn't really move about, so it always sort of covers that sort of join line. So yeah, as I say, I really do like these, and I will get a lot of wear out of it. But yes, just next time, I think I will size down on the bodice area, just to bring that in a little bit more, because as I say, it is a little bit, actually it's quite loose under the arms as well. But it's absolutely fine on the waist and the legs for me. And then I just need to maybe just you know, change the crotch length just a little bit next time. But yeah, really happy with how they turned out. Lovely fabric to work with. I love a viscose linen. It's just such a nice fabric to work with. And then lastly, I made another simplicity pattern. This is the S9295, which is a Gertie pattern. And I just thought this little shirt was lovely. I just really liked all the little details of it. I made this version, which was the sleeveless version. I had a metre of fabric, and I had a stretch cotton because I wasn't quite sure how fitted this blouse was. I made a size 14 in this blouse, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And I will show it to you here. Here it is. The only thing with this fabric is it is very, very difficult to iron. It's very sort of crumpled, and when I try and iron it, because it's got darts and the waist going up, and of course the dart going across the bust as well, it's just a little bit difficult to kind of iron really flat. Even with like a tailor's ham, it's just a little bit difficult to press, but certainly not that bad at all. So yeah, this is the blouse. This fabric I got from Minerva as I mentioned, it's a stretch cotton, so it does have a little bit of stretch in it, because I thought it'd just be nice when you're wearing a shirt that, you know, when you're moving about, it's just got that slight little bit of give to make it comfortable. In fact, I think that I could size down in this pattern. Usually a size 14 in like the big 4 patterns is normally perfect for my bust. Yeah, normally I do have to size to a 16, I think, for my, not sure about my waist, but definitely my hips. But this actually fits me quite as a sort of loose fit, and I can actually just pop it on over my head, so I didn't need to do buttonholes. I don't know what it is. My machine's brilliant at buttonholes, but for some reason, if I can get away with not doing buttonholes, I won't. So I did just sew these buttons on directly. These buttons, oh, they are beautiful. These are some of the Pigeon Wishes buttons in these. Oh, I just think they're beautiful. These lovely sort of pinks and purples, little bits of like orange in them and red. Oh, they're just gorgeous. And I just thought they work so beautifully with this fabric. Such a pretty fabric. I love it. And yeah, it was really nice to construct. It's got quite a big collar. I wasn't expecting the collar to be quite so large. It didn't look that large in the picture. It actually looks quite small, but yeah, it is actually quite a, I think, substantial size collar. But I think it still looks really nice. I didn't button it all the way up to the top, because I mean, I wouldn't wear a button-up shirt up here. Just no, I like to have a little bit of room there. I think it's nice just to show off a little bit of, you know, sort of just under your neck. Yeah, I made it sleeveless, and I finished it off with bias binding. This bias binding is from the Specky Seamstress. I'll link her shop down below, but I did get this in a Sew Hayley Jane box, and so I had enough to do the sleeves in that, and I just thought it was lovely with that sort of pink with the hearts. Again, just went really nicely with the fabric, and yeah, I just think it's a really nice little shirt. As I mentioned, it has got the waist and the bust dart, so it does give a nice shape sort of over the bust and waist. But I think if I make it again, I will size down, because I just think it's just that little bit big. I think I like a shirt to be, you know, reasonably fitted. I mean, it depends kind of what shirt I like. I like a whole variety of shirts, but I just think for this style, I think it'd be nice to be slightly fitted. But yes, really, really happy with that one. I love the colours, and it goes so well with my Persephone shorts. I love wearing those two together. I think in the picture, I'm wearing my shorts with this. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. So that was everything that I made in May. Let me know if you've made any of those patterns and how you got on, or which one was your favourite. I'd love to know. So take care, everybody, and I will speak to you in my next video. Bye.